Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Wildlife Overdose Podcast. Me and Rusty's going to talk about turkey season.
Yeah, the one this year, 2024, we started our new sponsor year, and Scree, we've been with them since we started. Great company, great camo,
I love
warranty. I won't ever. I mean, nothing against any other camo, but just the customer service and the product and the camo is just great material and things like that. But we started off. We just got Canyon coolers. Put your turkey breast in, or your legs, different things like deer meat, whatever you want to use it for. These are just impeccable quality coolers that fall out of the back of a pickup. They'll float upright. Just seals good, latches good.
If something breaks on it, you call them and they'll send you a new part. You know, if it breaks beyond repair, they'll send you a new cooler.
And the other product we use it's called Two Vets tripods, and people really need to look at these tripods. Absolutely. The quality, just the height and what they'll do, and all the features of them. I mean, we used the clamp this year in the blind and different things to put the gun in. Great for kids. They take the recoil, help with the recoil, hold the weight of the gun, and just different things like that. It helps us with filming. We're turning on cameras. Yeah. The gun's got to be up and all that kind of stuff. So it's those three products this year in our turkey season. They've helped us phenomenally, and we can get you a discount code on all of them. Check out the website wildlifeoverdose.com or look on social media, and we'll have you some discount codes.
Yeah. I can say if it wasn't for the Scree camo, turkey never seen me is 15 yards behind me. But if it wasn't for the Two Vets tripod this year, I wouldn't have killed that turkey. Yeah. I literally, my gun was sitting in my elbow, and I was doing this down the hill behind me. You know, if it wasn't for that tripod, I would have never killed that bird.
Yeah. So this is 2024. Man, it was just
this season done here and gone. I mean, Sunday is the end of our season. Everybody got on the board. That's a plus.
Everybody got turkey.
Everybody on the team, except for Ashley, but she don't really count.
Wanted some of the kids to get some more. Yeah, things just didn't work out.
The boys, Jeremiah missed one during youth season, and it just didn't work out. And then we tried to get on a couple more birds, and we got on them throughout the season, and they were tough this year.
Well, I'd heard turkeys started gobbling in the first part of February.
Yeah.
And we had some warm days and different things coming out, and they was all still grouped up. I had a big group of jakes and hens, and then a group of, I think, 12 gobblers that stayed together all year. They kind of just started splitting off, but we started in some weather stuff, and hot days, cold days, foggy mornings.
Major rain. I mean, we had a flood out during the second or third week.
Yeah. I think the first week was probably the best out of all 4
weeks. Youth season in the first week was the best.
They was gobbling, working some. I killed what they call a super jake. His tail fin was only about a half-inch taller in the center. I had 3 of them run in on my decoys, and they was chasing. I had multiple jakes in the field, but they was chasing my gobblers out of the field. And I've noticed that in the last few years that our population is low in Missouri and in Wright County where we're at, but the jakes coming out into the fields and in full force and running these gobblers out of the field was just, and that's why I went ahead and made the decision to take one of these great jakes, but unfortunately I couldn't get it on camera. I got it on my Tacticam.
And it's funny that you say that because I did not see a single jake all season. Yeah. Never caught in a jake. Never heard a jake gobble. And every bird that we seen was longbeards, and they came, in, and our setups weren't right a couple times. Had something that made them hang up. And
my experience, I haven't had one gobble in season. I never heard. Well, yes, I did. I was on some public ground one morning, and they was gobbling across the river, and they wouldn't, of course, it's hard to get a turkey to come across the river, but I heard them gobble, and other than that, I've seen them out in fields. I haven't seen a strutter at all. And different people are getting different in different parts of the state in the United States that are getting different results. I mean, I've talked to people down south or different areas that they're seeing strutters and hearing gobbles, but
every bird I saw was a strutter, but it just our hen population is awful down there. You know, and
I've got a lot of hens now. I'm seeing lone hens or double two hens together. Seeing gobblers starting to bunch back up and different things like that. But you know, when I was growing up around here, it was everybody knows this and everybody can say it, that you get up first thing in the morning, go out there, and they gobble to slamming a truck door even. Yeah. And coming in,
I blew the horn before just to get them to gobble.
And coming in and doing what they're supposed to do, and over the years, it's kind of went to where they gobble on the roost and they fly down there and they shut up. Well, you know, your 2-year-old birds and things like that will gobble, but you get some of these river birds around here. They're really smart. They fly out in the center of the field. They won't come to the edge to your decoys, and so it's pretty tough.
If your decoy has no movement, I mean, you're shot on these river bottom birds and field birds around here.
And the now one thing that's really popular is people using a fan.
Yeah.
And if you're hunting public ground, or some of my areas that I hunt, that I absolutely will not use a fan. We have poachers, we have other hunters, different things like that. It's pretty dangerous. I have used one. I used a funky chicken, the thing I have for years, but we'd crawled across the field with that out in front of me, and if I wasn't there, I wouldn't have believed it. But 3 of us crawled in a line out there in shotgun range into a field.
Yeah.
But it's pretty dangerous. It does work. The fanning, it helps. It's a visual and different things like that. If a gobbler's not gobbling, or if he's with hens, or different things like that to make him, entice him to come on in. But Wright County, I've had a lot of. We're not going to get into a population deal, but there's so much against the turkeys, and I'm glad the hunting ground we have has turkeys, and we kind of manage them ourselves. If you don't have very many, you want to do your own conservation. But Wright County, weather, anything from weather to predators to us losing a lot of dairy farms and different things like that has helped hurt our population greatly. And whatever you can do for the turkey population to help, I mean, you need to get after it.
Yeah, and being a big farming area, we have hay season that'll be coming up, and you always lose a couple nests of hay season, or get some poults up in, when you're getting hay up. And then another thing, we've lost a lot of dairy farms, so we don't have nowhere near the agriculture and stuff that helps it.
Every dairy farm had turkeys. I mean, when I was growing up. What's your thoughts of this? How'd your all-day hunting in Missouri on private land? Did you do any of that?
I did not do any. I don't feel that my population on our land was good enough for it. Honestly, I hunted my land 3 days out of the whole season. Yeah. And I did end up shooting a bird with a bow. I didn't hit him. I knocked feathers off the bottom of him. It wasn't arrows. It wasn't the Victory Arrows problem. It wasn't the interlock broadhead problem. It was the Lee problem. I got too excited,
That's the other sponsor we got this year, Interlock Broadheads. Yep. So we've been with Victory
quite a few years. Love arrows, but
these Interlock Broadheads, the mechanicals and the fixed and stuff,
they're devastating. I knocked plenty of feathers off, but I didn't hit nothing else. I hit
the mark.
I was trying to get Jeremiah. I was trying to get Jeremiah to shoot, and he couldn't see the bird because the blind was blocking him, and I was done agitated trying to get him moved around. This turkey sitting out there strutting for 10 minutes, drumming and spitting and gobbling, and I was shaking out of my skin.
I got my first turkey last year with a bow that I actually recovered. I've hit turkeys in the past, and I kind of was shying away from that. This one last year was 10 foot from my blind, so I was like, well.
It's nerve-wracking, and it's not, when they're fanned out and huge looking, it's a little bitty target you got to hit.
That's a little sweet spot if you can follow the legs up to the
bad
little
part is I slung one over him, he broke the strut, looked around, and popped right back in the strut, and I got another arrow, and then missed him low, so.
But I don't know. I took one bird this year. You took one bird.
Yeah.
Everybody got on the board. I think Ronnie
got
the
two.
only one got two. He got a Jake the first week, and then a gobbler the next. It was a run and gun type of deal.
Yeah.
It was just,
We got a few
rough.
more days. I'm sure Kirby and Daniel will be trying to knock another bird down if the weather holds out enough this weekend. But
I tried the evening hunts on some private ground that we've got, and the only reason I did, I couldn't get any birds to work in the mornings, and just in the even going toward noon. So I thought I'd try in the evening hours, and I seen a lot of turkeys. They just wouldn't respond, whether they was with hens or. I think we called in a couple hens up close to us. Was all kind of checking out things, but nothing came in. So
as far as our calling, these turkeys are very call shy anymore.
yeah,
I think they've just been, especially by the third and fourth week, by that point they've been pestered and pushed too much. You got somebody driving down the road and they see them, they'll pull over and even just mess with them to try to get them to gobble.
yeah, I've had it happen.
You know, so I think I'm not a huge fan of it. I probably won't participate unless it's just to get the boys in on a turkey or something.
Well, and that's the
You
thing.
know, or if I'm too busy but my turkey population on my private land really isn't good enough to push in there.
There's the answer. There is, MDC, Missouri Conservation Department. They've got to take Missouri as a whole, not just Wright County or even our town or different things like that. They've got it as a whole, and they've got a job to do. And trying to manage, I wouldn't want the job, but so you need to do your own conservation. Watch your cameras. We put out a lot of revealed by Tacticam cameras out. Watch these turkey or deer or predators or whatever, and then you can make a decision whether you need to do some trapping, some coyote hunting, or during the seasons and different things like that. And then you can get your turkey population or your deer count, what you got coming, and decide, what should I hunt this area for turkeys, or should I go somewhere else or try public ground?
Yep.
And
your problem may not be predation. Your problem may be land management. You may need to burn.
Absolutely.
You may need to clear out some timber, or do whatever it takes to make a home for that turkey or that deer.
Yeah.
But predation's probably number one, and then lack of food and cover is number two. They go kind of hand in hand.
Yeah. So one thing that we've kind of done that on our private areas at farms we lease, we've actually had a few of the farms that these farmers they hadn't seen a turkey on their farm in years, and different things. The neighbors, there's turkeys around, but we started putting in food plots and planting your clovers, your alfalfa, crimson clover, putting out trophy rock, Redmond Hunt trophy rocks out, mineral, different things like that. And they have a food source. You've got somewhere it's got water. They've got roosting trees, within a couple 100 yards. Different things, different safe things for them,
and even if it's somewhere you don't really want to plant a food plot, if you can kill the fescue out and let native grasses come back, because fescue doesn't have anything for the birds to eat until it seeds.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of little tricks and stuff, and
I've had a lot of people to ask me about mineral. I've got plenty of pictures and videos of turkeys eating mineral.
They love
squirrels. I've got everything in it.
The turkeys love them little the trophy rock gravel.
Yep, the gravel. Yep. We've had a lot of every animal will regulate. They'll go somewhere and get their mineral, whether it's natural in the ground or whatever. You've seen horses chew on trees. Well, they're lacking something, or on wood.
Yeah.
They're lacking something. Cows licking the ground. There's got to be salt or some mineral in that area. But we put trophy rocks, Redmond Hunt trophy rocks out all year round. Black Widow, that's another sponsor we picked up. We've been selling the products in the store we own, but we run mock scrapes all year round. We've had videos and pictures of deer using those. It's kind of like their highway. It's deer using this area and different things like that. So it's a combination of everything. But if you want to attract turkeys,
your land conservation is going to be your number one step.
You've got to do it yourself.
And you've got to know, okay, well, if I can't, my deer population's low. Well, I can't go in there and shoot all these does this year. Or my turkey population's not really doing well. Well, I'm going to go take one gobbler off, and I'm going to leave it alone, and I'm not going to fall hunt this year.
And that's
it's just
and that's my opinion on turkey season. Even if we went down to one bird in the spring, last year I think we killed 41 or 2 or 3,000 birds in the state of Missouri. If we went down to one bird in the spring, that would theoretically say we're saving 20-some thousand turkeys. And then, as far as I'm concerned, they can take fall turkey season out.
If they don't take it out, just go to male birds only.
Male birds only, or something like that. Bow season in Missouri this year, you've got to buy your turkey tags separate. I mean, before when you bought your bow tags, you got deer and you got turkey tags. Now they went to that. I don't know. You're allowed to shoot a bird all day long with a bow. But it's different using a bow or a crossbow or things like that. But you just got to do your own. And in my opinion, we've had. To me, I killed one Jake. We had multiple. I feel like my turkey season was successful because I got out in the woods and I got to see turkeys. I actually got one and just being out, out in the woods and hunting and getting out and getting away from life and different things like that, and sitting there talking to God and and having a good time, taking somebody hunting with you. I told Ashley we went last night and sit in the blind. I think we heard one gobble way off. We couldn't be 100%. He never come in, but I just enjoyed being in the blind like that, getting out away from all the hustle and bustle.
It just kind of lets us kind of have a break in between deer season and everything, and that's my favorite time, sitting in a tree stand or whatever and just getting away from life for a couple hours even, just to reset.
Yeah.
So, and then I get to go out there and spend time with my kids and let them enjoy the same thing that my daddy taught me.
And that's what it's all about. I mean, just to watch your kid, the excitement, or somebody else's kid even, the excitement to shooting a turkey and getting him gobbling. Kirby done a phenomenal job this year. Getting the turkey, he had a lot of patience. I don't know if I could have done it that long. Getting them to come in, seeing the kid's face light up when they're gobbling and them shaking and their reaction. I'd watch that 100 times over before I decide to even shoot one myself.
We'll see if Ashley produces my miss or not. I had some really good footage of that when I was trying to talk Jeremiah into moving, and I can't, Dad, I can't. And he's over shaking and can't move. And I love it.
You got to show all that stuff, even the good and the bad, with TV shows, and it's hunting. I mean,
it's hunting and it's a learning experience. Even from Dad's point of view, I know that I can't set Jeremiah or Basil or whoever hunting in that position because the way the window angled, they were too short and couldn't see. I should have just traded seats with him or whatever, but.
And on your bird, you guys were sitting against a tree out in the middle of the woods. And you got multiple people there.
It was 3 of us sitting there, and Basil was in the middle helping me run camera and was going to shoot if multiple birds come in, and then Jeremiah was over here far left, and I was expecting this bird to come off the roost and work straight down the spine of the ridge. No, he circles all the way behind us and does exactly what I did not want him to do. So, Basil took man of the camera, and I leaned around and, thank the Lord I got a shot. But
that's the good times and the memories and stuff like that. If everything went like a book or a movie, then
it would get boring.
It'd get boring pretty quick. It's all the little stuff. My Jake that. I was watching these jakes come out in this field, and 2 gobblers was down below. They was wanting to come, and then they seen all the jakes, and they started to go in the woods. And I had three of these big jakes come in 15 foot from me, and I'm sitting against a tree, don't have a face mask on or nothing, my gun up or nothing, because these other turkeys are so far away. I was able to reach down and touch my Tacticam 6.0 and turn it on and ease the gun up, and they was wanting to leave and because they seen me, but I was able to get a shot off and get one, and unfortunately, but it's just fun. I mean, I love bow hunting and things in the fall and just different things, but when you get out there in the mornings and you hear
that first gobble
and the gobbles and going off, a hoot owl hollering, or maybe even a gunshot off in the distance and stuff like that the turkey season is a big drive to me, and I really enjoy it. But it's not like the old days, and it never will be. But
And maybe with the right conservation, it will be. But
yeah, you just have to get out there and do your part and attract the turkeys and just get out in the woods and calling and stuff like that, practicing your calling. I messed up. I've been calling all my life with a mouth call and switched to the pot calls and actually switched to glass last year and really like them. I still messed up, and they'll still gobble and different things like that. But
well, guys, as much as we hate it, we gotta end this one. We're getting a little long-winded here, and we could sit here and talk for days.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, this is our passion. We could sit here and talk about it, and we love sitting here and talk about it just as much as we enjoy getting out there and doing it. It's the whole hunting camp mentality. But stick with us and check out our next podcast. We're not exactly sure which episode we're going to do next, but I'm sure it'll be interesting. You can go to our website and check out all of our discount codes for our sponsors. Be sure and follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and like and share these videos on YouTube and Facebook, and maybe we'll see you out in the woods one day.
I can't wait for this fall to be at deer camp.